I'm representing. We're just waiting for one of our board members. It's supposedly on. There.
Karen, are you there? Can you hear me?
I am here.
Karen, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, good, great. I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Yay, winning. We're just waiting for Bob, who is strolling in the door. Come on. Okay. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to start the meeting. He can walk in and introduce himself. I'm Kate Atwater Butcher. I'm the chair of the Zoning Board of Review. This is our March meeting. We have Jen Brady, our zoning official, and I will let the rest of the, we do not have our stenographer, and we have Karen Brown, hold on, we have Karen Browning, our solicitor on the computer. And I will let the rest of the board introduce themselves.
Robert Poster.
Judith Theran,
C.D. Philippines.
Martin Wire, Susan Bush.
Okay. Welcome, everybody. We have a bunch of applications. We do have one public hearing, and then we have 2 decisions. Everybody is moving forward and everything, right? Okay. So I'm going to start with the applications. The first application is Charles A. Bacon and Cynthia Bacon, Plat 18, Lot 4-1, fire number 1845, West Side Road and Jane Lane. Application for a special use permit under sections 306E and 406 to construct a single-family dwelling and an accessory residential structure. Hi. Okay. So, is everybody taking a time to go over this? Is this the house?
Yes.
Are you taking the house down?
It's a primary residence, it's a construction. There was no existing structures.
So how come it has a fire number?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. They issued a
The
fire
green
number
light is
already?
on, yes.
Oh, okay. That was like, confusing.
That
I
was-
thought it was the vacant lot and I didn't think it was.
There was a
the lot.
discussion with my neighbor, Mr. Bird, about fire numbers, and we had to exchange to correct things with the subdivision.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So looks like it's pretty complete. It is a special use permit, so we do have to go through a checklist. And I will do that. The listed names and addresses have all been submitted of all the abutters. There's no existing variances or anything on the property as it's a vacant piece of land. You've submitted a site plan. Excuse me, I gotta make sure these are all in order. All the proposed and existing structures shall be indicated on the site plans. Yes, that's been submitted. Spatial requirements have been submitted. 3C, any land disturbance, environment data has been submitted, all this by Atlas Land Surveying. Again, 3D with land disturbance has been submitted. Benchmarks have been submitted. Statement, from the zoning official, that you've applied for the special use permit per the zoning official's direction. 5 CRMC engineering, it's not, you're requesting a waiver because it's not required. Everybody okay with that? This utility and disposal plan, again, surveyed by Atlas. It's been submitted. Architectural plans have been submitted by Pickell Architecture. Aerial photos, no, they're asking for a waiver there. Does anybody need to see aerial photos? Okay. Economic impact, requesting a waiver as it's not applicable. Toxic, analysis of toxic or hazardous materials impacts has been requested, waiver's been requested as, well, not applicable. Landscape plan. They've requesting a waiver on that. Does anybody want to see a landscape plan? Okay, not applicable. Open space management, it's not applicable. They've requested a waiver is not applicable. Models, waiver has been requested. Thank you. There's no place for them to store models. Traffic analysis, waiver is being requested as it's a residential area. Auto dependency, again, is being requested, waivers being requested as its residential area. Okay. Just make sure we've got. Went through this on my computer and just give me a second to. Does anybody have any questions while I'm just going through this quickly?
Match up site plan to the words in the application. I'm not sure which of the driveways is James Way.
Jane Lane is the main access off of West Side Road. Allow. Happens to go land. For the adjacent properties.
Was
All right, and then this other.
Are you looking at this, Judith? Yeah. And the rights of way were calculated.
That was subtracted from the developable land.
Right. Do you want to see big or you?
I think we should. look to the trail.
Okay. Right.
The other truck. first thing away.
Perfect. All right, well, this looks all complete. It is a special use permit, so you need to go to planning before you come back to us. So we will send you there and then hopefully we'll be able to schedule you. We can schedule you for, do you think they'll get through? May, you think they'll get through by May? It's the end of May. Okay, so we'll, I'll make a motion to schedule this hearing for May 22nd. All in favor? Aye. You might get, if you get caught up at planning, it may, we'll just have to push you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. What's 307? For variance because they're non-conforming? Oh, because it's oversized. Okay. And 703 is the big house. Gotcha. Okay, okay. Gotcha. Okay. The second hearing or application of the evening is Blue House Holding LLC, Eric and Jennifer Connolly, Plat 17, Lot 31, fire number 588 Beach Avenue. Application by Rob Sanders Architects for a special use permit under section 307E, 406, and 703 for construction of an addition to an existing single-family dwelling. Hi. Okay. So the first thing we need to clean up is that your application needs to be amended to add 306, I'm sorry, 307E and 40.
Yeah, I haven't
Six.
advertised, I mean.
It's been advertised correctly. We just need to have you write on this application. You can write here and just write 306E and 406. Thanks. Oh, initial that, please. Thank you. Okay. Okay, again, this I looked through, it looked pretty complete. Does anybody have any questions about this application? It is a special use permit, so we'll have to go through the submittal checklist. Everybody? It's hard for me to see what, like, to vision. When I was looking at it, I was like, how is this? It's just one of those things I have a hard time, I think, because of the hip roof or something. I don't know. I mean, I see it. It's like, it's because the existing garage, it's just connecting the two. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Right. I was like, what am I looking at? Okay. So list of names, addresses of all owners and abutters within 200 feet has been submitted. Copy of all variances and modifications under special use permit. No special use permits have ever been issued or variances have ever been issued on this property. Okay. All materials required to support the special use permit have been submitted. Emergency access has been submitted. Materials indicating soil type and groundwater conditions and documenting suitability as required been submitted. Drainage analysis has been submitted. Nutrient loading analysis has been submitted. This is a completely different, is it changed? This is the way it's written?
No.
It is a development plan review. I'm sorry. I don't have a submittal checklist in here, I don't think. Never mind. I'm gonna start over again. Sorry. It's kind of the same, but it's like, why is it looking so different? Okay, names have been submitted, of abutters have been submitted, variances, there's not applicable composite site plan has been submitted, the existing structures indicated on the site plan has been submitted, spatial requirements has been submitted. Land disturbance has been submitted, where any land disturbance is proposed, existing and proposed grades shall be shown, that's been submitted. Benchmarks have been submitted. Statement from the zoning official, various, on, that any variances, modifications, and special use permits necessary to develop the project as proposed have been secured and applied for. It's been submitted as she's gone through the application and just added to it. Right. CRMC engineering and biological reports have been submitted. Utility and disposal plan has been submitted. Architectural plans have been submitted. Aerial photos have been submitted. Okay. All right. So do you want to just, I'm gonna have you mark this again, just. Does anybody need to see any more aerial photos other than what's existing? Okay, just,
My name is Andrew.
excuse me. Economic impact report is not applicable. Waiver's been requested. Toxic and hazardous materials has been, waiver's been requested. Landscape plan, again, waiver's been requested. Oh, you've submitted it? You submitted it? Okay. Open space management plan. It's been submitted. Models, not applicable, waiver's been requested. Traffic analysis waiver's been requested, and auto dependency waiver's been requested. Okay. Anybody have any questions or want to see anything? This again is a special use permit, so we're going to send you to planning and conservation, and then you'll come back here. So maybe you can get done by the May meeting. We'll be cautiously optimistic on that, and I'll make a motion to schedule you to the May 22nd meeting. And grant the waivers. Second, I didn't do that on last one. All in favor? Aye. Thanks. Okay. The third application of the evening is Dr. Peter Broussard and Sally Broussard, Plat 18, Lot 42, fire number 537, Center Road, application by Nicholas Batty and Melissa Spooley for a special use permit under section 513D2A for an addition to an existing accessory dwelling unit, 513 for year-round residents. Can't see you behind the podium, sorry. Again, it's a special use permit, so we just have to go through the checklist. Did everybody get a chance to take a look at this? It's basically just doing a bump out. Okay. All right.
There is a new, 513 ordinance, but this came in before the amendment, so my understanding is reviewing it on the previous.
On the not,
Previous, not the new one that was just
and
adopted.
the difference is that it's now that language is more concrete on the 15 to 1800.
Yes, there's also.
No, I know there's other
changes,
things, but-
that one is, it's the part for this.
So could they withdraw and resubmit and not have, they still have to do a special use permit,
They would,
so it doesn't
and
really,
it goes over the 1500.
right.
So the new ordinance doesn't allow. to go
Oh, gotcha, okay. All right. So they've submitted the list of abutters. They submitted asking for, you didn't have to get anything when you built the house originally? No. Okay, so there's no existing variances on the property. Waiver's been requested. Site plan has been submitted with existing structures. Submitted, spatial requirements have been submitted. Land disturbance has been submitted. 3D proposed grades have been submitted. Benchmarks have been submitted. The letter from the zoning official has been requested. CRMC engineering, you're requesting a waiver as it's not necessary. Utility and disposal plan, has been submitted because it's not expanding, it's, you have an existing there. Architectural plans been submitted, aerial photos been submitted, economic impact report, a waivers requested for toxic and hazardous materials, waivers requested for a landscape plan, open space management plan, a waiver's been requested, waivers been requested for building models. Can we just remove that? Okay, traffic analysis, a waiver's been requested and auto dependency, a waiver's been requested. I don't have any questions, I don't have issues with the waivers. Anybody have any? See anything? Okay. It's a special use permit. We're gonna send you to planning and to conservation, and then you're gonna come back here. Now it's getting tight, that agenda, for May, so we'll schedule you for it, and then you may not get heard that night, in which case just be prepared that you would roll into the next meeting. So I will make a motion to schedule this for May 22nd meeting, sending this to planning, this application to planning and conservation, and granting the waivers requested. All in favor? Okay. You're welcome. Okay. Blue Dory Resorts, Inc. is our first public hearing of the evening. Fire number 61 Dodge Street, application by Ann Law for a variance from section 113 for construction of a dormer to add life safety stair improvement. She doesn't have to. She will have to. Are you gonna have witnesses?
You have the owner available if there are questions.
Okay. Okay.
But don't count. Yeah. You have a package that is all, it's basically just reorganized documents we already had filed. How it gets stored.
I gotta go off here. If there's something different from what's in here, there you can submit it as an exhibit. But if it's something that we haven't seen, we can't look at it. Like, we can't.
It's basically. just
Okay.
documents that are in there.
Okay, well, if you want to submit each one of those as an exhibit, we can. Or as a packet, entire packet? Okay, all right. So applicant's exhibit 1 is a 5-page document consisting of a site plan, photos, elevation, one side elevation, it's just missing the other side. The application. Okay.
They're all, again, they're all documented.
Okay.
First image is sort of, you can see my incredible architect. Where the dormer is located, you can see right up against that property.
Mhm.
Not expanding anything further into the property. The original genesis of the desire to improve the stairwell access and also to create window access, which allows for much better fire safety. I can have travel if you wish. We already have the historic district commission approval for this. From our point of view, we think it's a relatively straightforward application. The image you see, next page is existing on that same location. Then you have how the dormer is going to come. That is the dormer that's up against the property line setback.
There's no dormer there right now. Could you just tell me which photo is the existing, this was like looking at which side, is it this top one? This top one being
Are you adding a window on the first floor?
That's the dormer that would be replacing with the sky.
Right, but there's another window on.
Oh, you're adding you're replacing that the two windows with one big window, it looks like.
On the first floor.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Ann. You're gonna have to, I shouldn't have asked you that, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to get sworn in so you can answer some questions. Karen, are you there?
I'm here.
Could you swear in?
Yes,
applicant, please?
before I do that, could you just make sure that mic is on and that you speak into that microphone for me?
Is the green light on it? Yeah.
Oh, now it's,
There you are. Could you
Much
say your
better.
name for the record for me?
I'm sorry,
Could you say your name for the record?
Ann Law.
And could you raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth during the course of this hearing?
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So the question I have is that window, that first floor, those first floor two windows are now going to become three windows? Is that correct?
Let me
Or
just,
one big window?
they have already been replaced.
Oh, okay, that's already there.
Previous,
Okay. the
yes,
picture-
that portion has already been
Okay.
done. Are we speaking of on the first
Yes,
floor?
just exactly
Yes,
where you-
yes, that is the way it looks right now.
Okay. That's an old photo. So now that window is already in place. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Yes, not at all. Not at all. Yes. Dylan, you might know that. What- The concern is that this has been that way for 35 years. But none of these windows are egress appropriate. And we're going to correct that. Yeah,
And off of, next to the stairwell, the circular spiral stairs, in your current layout, there is a door there.
1 second, I just need to find out where you are. It's not in the package. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So there's a door on the edge of the building next to the spiral staircase. Where does that current door go out to?
That's the entry door.
That's the first floor.
On the first floor, there is one door, which is the entry door. The spiral stair has been replaced with now an appropriate stair. The spiral stair was challenging.
So there's no spiral staircase currently with the layout that we're looking at.
That's correct. It has been replaced with a normal stair. So that spiral was replaced. And the doorway that, are you looking from the outside or the other door? The outside is the entry door to the
First floor.
building.
Okay. So that faces the street.
It does.
Is there a dormer on the street side? I kind of feel like I get
Yes.
Yes,
conflicting,
there is a dormer on the street
It
side.
is not within the setback.
right? Okay.
So it's a pre-existing non-conforming structure. The variance is just related to, again, we're not changing any of the non-conforming nature except for the fact that it's slightly larger. The fact that it's a historic structure and it has been located against the property line since presumably the construction of the building. That is the unique character of the land and structure for our hardship. We believe denial of that would be more than a mere inconvenience because it would negatively harm the safety of the structure as a whole. I can go into more detail on to any of those points, but again, I think it's a relatively straightforward proposal.
Anybody have any questions? I mean, it's certainly something that we've seen before. And or if any of you have not seen one of these before, these dormer variances, it's about the volume on the inside, the increasing of volume living space within the setback, even though it doesn't change the footprint.
At all. Yeah.
Yes.
do.
So there's box putting the wall in.
It's A5, I believe, in your sheets.
Do you mark this? You mark that one.
And if, that balcony now is gonna look out over the east beaches.
The balcony,
The
That-
dormer.
What's it?
Dormer,
the dormer. The dormer will look directly north.
No,
There is not a balcony. It's just a dormer.
no, the dormer would make it over the property line. Cantilevered over the, over. Anybody have any other questions? Okay. I'll make a motion to close the public hearing. Is there anybody in the public that has any questions? Or comments? Okay. I'll make a motion to close the public hearing, take it under advisement.
It's not in
no.
I
That's
know.
what I thought on the
Was
building.
it a building?
Can addition or egress door slash deck from existing. That's where I came up.
Uh,
2021.
okay. Well, it was denied. The building permit. Okay, I made a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Great. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving right along. We have two decisions. Someone have notes on any decisions? The first decision is 1167 Graces Cove Road. Moi? Okay.
Motion to approve the application by David and Deidre Beck for a special use permit under section 513D, 306E, and 401 to convert an accessory residential structure to an accessory dwelling unit on their property. The motion to approve is based on the following findings of fact. One, the property is located at 1167 Graces Cove Road, Plat 19, Lot 72-1, in an RA zone. Two, the property currently consists of a four-bedroom, single-family dwelling unit, a section 513 accessory residential structure, and a garage accessory/accessory dwelling unit. The proposal is to convert the garage/accessory dwelling unit to an accessory residential structure by adding a kitchen inside the dwelling. No changes will be made to the single-family or existing 513 accessory residential structure. Three, Grant Beck, son of the owners, testified that there are currently 3 year-round employees of Lamb's Package Service living in the existing 513 structure. He lives in the garage/accessory dwelling unit but has no kitchen. 4, Beck further testified that both the existing 513 structure and the proposed accessory residential structure will remain for year-round residents of Block Island. 5, the applicant submitted a certificate of conformance from the Department of Environmental Management. 6, the application received favorable advisories from the Conservation Commission and the Planning Board. 7, the proposal is consistent with the purpose of Section 513 of the zoning ordinance of the town of New Shoreham. 8, the proposed use or structure is appropriate for the specific site and is compatible with adjacent buildings in form, placement, and design. The design and layout of buildings and other proposed structures shall be related harmoniously to the terrain and to existing buildings in the vicinity. The scale, height, bulk, and proportions of the proposed buildings, their design, including roof style, facade openings, architectural style, and detailing and building materials, shall be visually and dimensionally compatible with the surrounding area. 9, the proposed use as developed will not adversely affect the established physical and visual pattern of land use and will not have negative effects on island and neighborhood character. The landscape shall be developed in such a manner as to be in keeping with the character of the surrounding neighborhoods and in accordance with good development practice by minimizing vegetation and soil removal, retaining existing vegetation where desirable, and keeping any grade changes in character with the general appearance of neighboring areas. If a site includes a ridge or ridges above the surrounding areas and provides scenic vistas for surrounding areas, special attempts shall be made to preserve the natural environment of the skyline of the ridge. 10, the proposed use of or structure will not cause a nuisance or serious hazard to pedestrians or landward and seaward vehicles and their users. 11, adequate and appropriate infrastructure facilities, including but not limited to sewage disposal and drainage, will be provided to assure the proper operation of the proposed use or structure. 12, there will not be significant negative impact on important natural resources, including but not limited to habitats or species listed as endangered, threatened, or of special concern to the Rhode Island Natural Heritage Program, or in historic or archaeological resources identified in the comprehensive plan or a document referenced therein. 13, the use will be supportive of the goals and objectives for economic development and the economic development element of the New Shoreham Comprehensive Plan as most recently amended. 14, the use is consistent with the purpose of the zoning ordinance, the purpose of the zoning district in which the use is proposed, and the goals and objectives of New Shoreham's comprehensive plan as amended. 15, to the degree reasonably possible, dependence on individual motor vehicles for access by users shall be reduced. 16, the proposed uses and structures will not cause a degradation of the quality of surface or groundwater. Approval is subject to the following stipulations. 1, construction is limited to adding a kitchen. No exterior work is permitted. 2, both the existing accessory residential structure and the proposed accessory residential structure must conform with section 513 of the zoning ordinance. Pursuant to the provisions of the zoning ordinance, all variances and special use permits expire 12 months from the date granted unless a building permit has been issued and construction has commenced and is being diligently pursued to completion. Pursuant thereto, this variance/special use permit will expire 1 year from the date of the decision.
Second.
Any discussion?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, who's voting on Kate? Okay. I need, yeah, Judith and Brittany. Yeah, there was only one hearing. I'll go back and I'll check it, but I'm pretty sure.
Great. Does anybody have a decision for Jennifer Phillips? Excellent. Steve.
Zoning board of review for the application for variance, section 113C and 307C for the addition of a second floor on an existing single-family dwelling. The approval is based on the following findings. Subject property is located in the residential B zone. Single-family dwelling is permitted use in the RV zone. Subject property is 5,907 square feet, making prior existing legally non-conforming lot area. The existing house, which is on 106 feet of 50-foot lot, is unable to meet the minimum setback requirements of the RV zone for both sideline and rear setbacks, as well as maximum lot building coverage and maximum lot coverage. D is my opinion that the hardship from which the applicant seeks relief is due to unique characteristics of the structure and not the general characteristics of the surrounding area, and not due to any physical or economic disability of the applicant. E, the hardship sought in this matter is not the result of any prior action by the applicant and does not result primarily from the desire of the applicant to realize greater financial gain. Granting of this variance is not alter the general character of the surrounding area or impair the intent or purpose of the zoning ordinance or the comprehensive plan. F, I also feel that the variance granted is the least relief necessary to remove the hardship of the applicant. This approval is based on the following stipulations. 1, construction projects shall be constructed in strict conformity with the submitted site plan applicant exhibit 1. Pursuant to the provisions of the zoning ordinance, all variances and special use permits expire 12 months from the date granted unless the building
permit has issued, the construction has commenced, and is being diligently pursued in the future. Pursuant thereto, this variance special use permit will expire 1 year from the date of this decision. Any party agreed by the zoning board of review may appeal to the Superior Court of the County of Washington in accordance with state law.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay, discussion about Blue Dory. I have no problem with it. I'd like to write it because it may be the last variance we ever write. It might be. I mean, it's kind of be hard for people to, you know.
Yep.
It could be. I know. I mean, after 20 something years, I should feel like I need to like, you know. Yeah, wow.
You'll
So-
have a few.
We'll have a few, but
but
yeah,
it-
it's gonna be a lot of special use permits. Yeah. So, everybody okay? Feeling okay with that?
Feeling great.
Okay. Great, groovy. We have approval of minutes. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the January meeting, right?
Second.
24th.
Any
Second.
discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Great. Yeah, all from over there. Bye, Karen. Thank you. All right.